Welcome and thank you for listening to the Muses of the Crystal Lotus. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Muses of the Crystal Lotus. I am Stephanie with Rediscover Health and Grounded Teas, and today we have Miss Shauna, the owner of the Crystal Lotus. We are doing something a little bit different today. We are not in person, as you can tell. We are virtual, recording this episode due to COVID quarantine reasons. So we're following the guidelines and doing what we need to do in order for this to pass more sooner than later. But Shauna, I miss you.
I miss you a lot too. Believe me.
We were hoping
not the same without you.
Yeah, we were hoping to have the Brady Bunch on today and have all the little squares on the screen of all the different people, but we got two. So that's what I was envisioning when I said we would do Zoom, is the Brady Bunch of different heads talking.
Yeah, I think Tina is still resting, and Tennille had to run to the vet with her cat. And Jeannie, I'm not sure about. For all I know, Jeannie might not even be around. She might have gone on vacation or something.
Listen, I was super excited. I said, if we've got COVID and we get through COVID, I'm ready to go on vacation now.
Yeah.
Because that was the reason why we haven't gone on vacation, is because of, not wanting to catch it. But if we caught it and got over it, well, I'm ready to go now. Bring it on.
That's part of the problem, though, with the asymptomatic stuff.
Yeah.
Is you don't feel sick. You're not running a fever. You just maybe have some sniffles and a little cough. I cough all the time anyway,
Right. And we wouldn't have known had my husband not lost his taste. That was, I'd say, the only real indicator that there was something wrong.
Huh.
But since then, I've put him to work. It's not like we haven't stopped working around the house, taking down Christmas lights and, all those things. So it's been a real good, mild case. So it's pretty good. Blessed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know that it's been interesting at my house too, because, there's just me and Frank and JT. And Frank is always around these guys. He works on the trucks for, I'm just going to say, one of the cable companies. And these guys are in and out of people's houses and in and out of the shop. And they always have conversations, and they're nice guys. They one guy brings him breakfast whenever he comes in. So, but yeah, I worry about that.
Yeah,
I do. We have not had any major exposures in the store. People that found out that they had been exposed did not even bother to come in, or hadn't been in for a couple of weeks because they were on vacation.
Yeah.
So when they got exposed, whatever the quarantine was, they hadn't been in the store for 14 to 16 days anyway.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any problems in here. And you're just, you tested negative, but you're still, because David tested positive.
Yep.
You chose to quarantine. So, and that's awesome. And I respect that.
Yeah.
And I hope all your customers and clients do too.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been able to work from home, so nothing's really changed. And yeah, I was very fortunate enough to test negative the first time, and we went back for second testing so that we can make sure that we're going down the right path. So, but in the meantime, we've been doing the vitamins, staying hydrated, drinking the teas, making sure we're eating good food and resting. That's most important, is making sure that you're doing all the things,
Mm-hmm. I got to tell you, this is funny. One of my customers, they needed to sign a credit card receipt. And I showed them the pens and the little dragon cup. And she picked it up and she starts, she signed her sheet and she was getting ready to put it back in. I said, no, lay it on the counter. And she said, why? And I said, because those get sanitized before they go back in the cup.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and she said, I never heard of such a thing. She said, when you go to Go-Mart and they've got those little pens there, do they sanitize those? I said, I could not begin to tell you. I'm not going to say yes if they don't, and I'm not going to say no if they do. So I don't. And she just looked at me and she said, you guys are unbelievable. And I said, with what? She said, hand sanitizer when you walk in, name and phone number on a pad.
Mm-hmm.
You sanitize anything anybody touches right after they touch it. She said, I'm always seeing you wiping down your counters after people put fingerprints on. And I said, well, nobody wants to look through somebody else's fingerprints.
Mm-mm.
She said, yeah, but you're getting rid of bacteria too. I know you are. I was like, well, we do what we can to protect our customers.
And saging too on a regular basis is
Yeah.
important.
Well, that's the good thing about white sage. White sage gets rid of like 98.92% of the airborne bacteria and stuff. And I don't know if it kills virus, but it gets rid of it. So.
And so we've done a pretty good job keeping the store safe, which is really important. We do get a lot of comments on the hand sanitizer that you use. That is the Thieves
Young Living Thieves hand sanitizer. It's awesome. I like the way it smells, and I've had several of my customers. I think Jeannie's only got the big bottles left. She doesn't have any of the smaller personal bottles, because some of my customers saw me putting a couple of drops of that on the inside of my mask and thought that was the greatest idea in the world. And so now she just about sold out of those little ones.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I love
the revolution. Everybody's putting thieves oil and the inside of their masks.
Oh, I love it, because by the end of the day, wearing those masks, if you're not brushing your teeth 3 times a day or chewing gum, even sometimes breath mints don't help, in my opinion. You got some mask breath, and so
as a smoker, that's one of my major problems is I can smell my own breath when I've got that on, and it's like, ew, God, don't talk to anybody.
Right. So being able to put that essential oil in there not only just kind of helps mask that smell, but it also helps keep you safe at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see where Jeannie brought in the Young Living Thieves mints?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're like little breath mint type things, but they've got thieves oil in them. Oh,
really?
They're awesome. They're not super sweet.
Are they? Did she bring them in for sale, or are they just for in-store?
She brought in a little, just one little box of them, and she said, check it out and share. If people like them, we'll bring some in. Okay. Well, I've been giving them to my customers that want them.
Yeah.
And everybody loves those things.
Really?
Yeah, they're not your typical burn your tongue off peppermint type breath mints. They're just, it's a very mild, but you're getting all the thieves benefits.
I'm gonna have to try one.
Yeah,
I want to
really
try
good.
one. So, there's a lot of things that we have talked about in previous episodes, and we've alluded to the Crystal Lotus Shoppe, and we're the Muses of the Crystal Lotus Shoppe, and we've talked about some of the services that we offer within the shop and the Holistic Education Center. But, I don't know that we've ever really discussed the products that you sell and offer to your community. We've talked about the hand sanitizer just now and some of Jeannie's stuff. Would you mind to share with our viewers just a little bit more about the Crystal Lotus Shoppe itself and some of the products that we carry?
Crystal Lotus Shoppe is it's a combination of a lot of different things. It is a metaphysical gift and supply, so we have all of the basics for that. We have books, we have candles, we have herbs, we have oils, essential oils, Incense. Oh my God, so much incense. That's why I'm coughing so much half the time. I'm allergic to a lot of them. And then we have little things like jewelry. We have the little picture framed crystal grids, things like that you can set up along with, like one of them that Tina made is for protection. And it's got the tourmaline on it. And we make powerfully protective in-house protection candles. And so we have those out there with them. We have several of the intention candles, like, I don't know, the money candle, the love candle, the breaking a hex candles, all those kind of things. And then just tarot cards, calendars, journals. We have lots of journals. We have salt lamps, crystals and stones, of course. Have to have those. And we have a pretty expansive selection on those. Some of them are just the little tumbled stones. Some of them are the little raw stones. But we also have some of the big statement pieces in different types of crystals. So, with that kind of makes up the store. But there's a lot more inventory. It would take me 4 hours to list it all. But we're also a holistic education center. The Holistic Education Center is in the process of becoming a nonprofit. Once that happens, all of the classes associated with holistic health, the services of a holistic health coach, Reiki sessions, massage sessions, use of the meditation room, all of that will be free to the public once we get our nonprofit status. Then we can start doing grants and fundraisers and things and be able to help people out who actually want to learn how to live a holistic lifestyle.
Yeah. And I believe we talked about that in one of our previous episodes. I'm not for certain which one it was, but we did talk about, I think it was episode 15 that we talked about the Holistic Education Center and the goals that we have for that.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a lot of work to get everything all set up and everything, but it's definitely something that will benefit our community and also give something back to our community.
Yeah.
Excuse me a minute. Well, when the store phone rings, you got to answer it.
Yeah, that's true.
Other things that we offer here, we in the form of 8s and Night, he does readings, and he's also a life coach that helps people with their paths and how they move forward to a healthier lifestyle and a more balanced lifestyle.
I remember when he was putting the class together, what's it called? It was the Get Your Shit Together class.
Yeah, the class. Yes.
He's the Get Your Shit Together life coach.
Teaches you how to do a budget, how to balance your checkbook, how to de-stress your life, and just kind of stop running in circles. It gives you a focus. You have daily things you have to do. You get up in the morning, the first thing you usually do is go to the bathroom and brush your teeth, drink coffee. Okay, so you have a routine, And what his class is about is setting up that routine to where you can do it on a daily basis and get used to doing it.
And maximize your
And
life.
maximize your life, your time.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, time is precious for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Some routines that we get ourselves stuck in aren't necessarily beneficial routines. So we're just kind of running that circle and feeling like we're getting nowhere. And we say, oh, I have a routine though. I have a routine, but is that routine working for you at this moment? Are you, or do we need to make those adjustments? And that's one of the things that he's good at helping people recognize, is when there needs to be some sort of adjustments there.
And then we also have Joseph B. Arrington is in the store too. He has an office here. And he is Mystic Computers. What he does is he is actually our web hoster, administrator. And right now, for Crystal Lotus Shoppe alone, he's taking care of like 5 or 6 different websites. But he also helps with just making sure the internet's running right and keeping us up and about. And we have Jeannie. Jeannie is Jeannie Yarborough. She is the director of creative expressions, and she's not been in a lot lately because she's had some personal family stuff to take care of. But she works with people who suffer from PTSD and uses the arts to help them to release some of the anger, some of the fear, some of the anxiety. So she's awesome, and her services will be a part of the Holistic Education Center package as well. Christina Dolan is in here, and she's awesome Reiki master. She teaches all of our classes on Reiki, and she does sessions and opening chakras and energy alignment and all that. And she makes quite a bit of the jewelry that we have out in the store as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Tennille Spencer, who is natural healing massage. And she does everything from Swedish massage on up to physical therapy. And she does the cupping, which is a really awesome way to get rid of a knot fast. But she's got this warm bamboo rods thing too.
I've never had the bamboo.
I haven't either, but she was playing on my shoulder one day, just showing me, giving me a feel of it. Yeah, by the time she got done doing that all over your back, shoulders, neck, you'd be like kneaded bread waiting to rise, It feels so amazing.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
And she does all of that. She's also a doTERRA oils representative, and she uses a lot of aromatherapy. And then we have you.
Me.
And pretty much everybody should know by now what Miss Stephanie does.
We've talked about it a couple of times.
A couple of times. So when you put all of that together, we have a complete holistic help area between all of us. I'm a Reiki master as well. Another part of the store is I'm an ordained minister, and so we have a little ministry here. And our ministry is not like, come in, sit down, shut up, listen to me preach about something for 4 hours and give me money on the way out. That's not how ours works. Ours is a round table. We get people from all belief systems, and we have a conversation. And I usually will put a topic on the table, and we listen to how that topic affects each different belief system. And then when we've gone the round, we go back and we open it for questions. Somebody doesn't understand how or why that particular thing fits into a belief system. We let that person explain it. And at the end of it, it's all about, you've learned something about another belief system. They've learned something about yours. Everybody goes away friends. There's no arguments. There's no, radical throwing of paper clips or anything like that. It's a learning experience. It's about learning other belief systems and why people chose that belief system. Maybe they were raised with it.
Right. More or less eye-opening experience to consider new perspectives for a deeper sense of understanding of one another, as opposed to very closed-minded, judgmental. We don't have to agree, but yet we can still,
Well, I've always believed that conversation breeds understanding. Understanding breeds tolerance. Tolerance can breed peace. And if we can make people understand that our belief systems are really not that different, we look at the universe in different ways. We're all connected either way you look at it.
Food, just for one of those philosophical thoughts. I watched.
So you scare me when you say that.
This is not anything to do with colors, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
I watched one of those episodes on Gaia. We talked about, I think, the last podcast, called Initiation. I think it was season 1.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much in the episode, he did mention that part of our existence will never allow us to live peace and unity, because peace and unity is God, and the only way we can get back to that is, of course, through transcendence, which is death. And so part of our purpose here is to actually live perspectives, and to be like, each different cycle is going to be from a different perspective. And so each person is essentially you, just from a different perspective of life. And so what you see is a mirror of you in that different perspective. But it all circles back to, we have to go through all of these different perspectives and understanding, but peace and unity is never going to happen in this realm or dimension or whatever you want to call it, because that's not meant for
philosophically speaking.
It just blew my mind when I watched this. I was like, what?
Well, in my belief system, I believe that we create our own reality. If you want to always be depressed, always be angry, always be broke, always be tired, sick, hungry, whatever it is, and you say that every day, I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm hungry, I'm broke. Well, you're putting that vibration out into the universe, and that universe is going to give you back what you're saying. So if you change that up and you say, I have all I could ever need, and you focus on that thought, okay, I will have a beautiful house. I have a beautiful house. I have a freezer full of food. I have enough money in my bank account to last me for however long I need it. And you just believe that the universe is going to set that up for you, and it will. That doesn't mean you can sit on your can on the couch all day watching TV.
Yes, you have to work.
You still have to work for it.
You have to,
but,
yeah.
Part of that work is raising your vibration and thinking positively about what you want your life to be.
I will admit that is one thing that I struggle with. I'm getting better. I have grown as a person a lot within the past couple years, but the learning to put my mindset in more of a positive frame of mind as opposed to a negative one, I'm getting there, but that's difficult. Situation. If you look at every situation that you're put through as a, why is this happening to me, as opposed to what can I learn from this? And I think we've talked about that before. That plays,
and how can I change this?
Right. That plays a huge role in why we get stuck in that woe is me cycle. I'm never going to have, this is, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that.
Right.
because we're not looking for the opportunity for growth within the experience.
Exactly. And you're also working on self-limiting thoughts that are just going to keep you right where you're at.
Yep.
You won't be able to move out of that position until you change those thoughts and try to put a positive spin on it.
Yep.
Even if you're broke, you know, you can go, okay, I don't have a lot of money, but a stupid little positive that can come out of that, and I do mean stupid, most people look at it that way, is that, well, at least I'm not paying thousands and thousands of dollars a year to some company for credit card interest. And some people have to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I may not have a bunch of credit cards in my wallet. You know, you want to know what's in my wallet? Moths. But, it's still, you're not beholden to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you a quick story about that. I met a gentleman one day. He actually, the sad part is that he is he was a Marine, and now he's homeless. And he does odd jobs here and there to make money. Okay. He came home, his house was gone, with all that craziness about soldiers not getting their pay on time, and the bank started repoing houses. His family was gone. He didn't know where they went to. Found out about 4 months later that they had been put in a homeless shelter. But when I talked to him, he said, you know what? He said, the one thing that this has taught me is that I'm not beholden to anybody. I don't count on anybody but myself. I don't need to. He said, when I'm hungry, I do a little work, I get food. When it's cold outside, if I have a little extra money, I buy a blanket or a warmer coat. He's a big fan of thrift stores. He loves thrift stores.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still, and it's been probably 3 years now, he is still a homeless man, or what's considered to be a homeless man. He has a P.O. box, but that's all he has.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he was happier than he had ever been in his life because he didn't have to ask anybody for anything. He has everything he needs. This is not a lifestyle choice. This is a mindset choice. You can either be miserable in your situation or not. And that's what a lot of people need to learn. And what you were talking about, see, I disagree with what they're saying about we will never be a peaceful race. We have already proven that for thousands of years we can be a peaceful race. And in my little bit of a cynical view, all of the times that happened in the cycle, we were a matriarchal society, not a patriarchal society. Because the men are all about acquisition. They're all about wars. They're all about give me more, give me more, give me more. And the matriarchal societies were all about what can I give you to help make your life better? What can I give you that will help you to understand spiritual peace? You know, let's talk about the arts. Let's talk about music. Things that are not aggressive.
There needs to be a good balance between.
There is supposed to be a balance.
It's like I saw a meme on Facebook actually the other day. It says, behind every man who wears the pants in the family, there's a woman who told him what pants to wear.
Yes. I've seen that one. It's cute.
Balance. It's balance, you know.
It's about balance.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a big fan of Egyptian culture.
Mm-hmm.
I love Egyptian culture. But back, 18th dynasty, when Hatshepsut was the pharaoh, okay, peaceful time. Now, a lot of people say that was the golden age on the big calendar. Okay. And, okay, maybe that is a cycle. Maybe we have to do all of that. That part I don't know because I don't particularly understand it. I'm not Mayan. But I do understand that we make our reality. If you want to fight every day, you can fight every day. If you want to have everything that you need every day, you can have everything you need every day. And you don't have to steal, and you don't have to you know, beat people up and roll them on the street and all this other stuff.
Lie, cheat.
Just, you know, you don't have to do that. It's a mindset. I know I hear a lot of people when I try to explain our philosophy here. Oh, are you a tree hugger? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because this planet is a living, breathing planet, and we are hurting her. We
are all but cells in a already living organism. Humans, exactly. That's our role here in our little ecosystem.
Yeah, unfortunately, the human race is becoming the cancer cells in that organism.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, it's just greed takes such a toll on the planet because they're basically raping the planet for every resource they've got. And my frustration comes in when they start talking about, oh, we found this mineral in this area of the solar system, and so we're going to make arrangements to put an outpost on this planet so we can get the minerals from that planet. And it's like, when are you people going to realize that prosperity is not in what you're raping the planet for?
And
prosperity is it's about peace in yourself.
Yeah.
And
we're all guilty of it.
Yeah. Once you find that peace.
These things.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't want to pick mine up because I haven't got a case for my new phone yet, and it keeps slipping out of my hand. It spends a lot of time laying on the table, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's just, they're making them too slick these days. They need to put a little bit of texture on the back of them or something.
Right.
But then they wouldn't be able to sell cell phone cases, I guess.
That's the purpose.
Oh, we digress. Oh, well. Anyway, I know what I believe, and I don't push that belief on anybody. You know, I don't judge anybody for how they walk, and I don't want to be judged for my walk. But I do know that when I decided that I was opening this business, I knew I had to change my mindset, because my mindset at that point was all about being abused by the higher ups because everybody is disposable. You know, I don't like the outfit you're wearing, you're fired, I can hire somebody else. So, you know, that's the attitude in corporate right now. And I have had some people suggest that the way I run my business, I should be more corporate minded. Sorry, that's not ever going to happen. Crystal Lotus Shoppe is about being a sanctuary for people to come and relax.
Yeah.
That includes the people that work through the shop, all the little businesses in the shop.
Yeah.
And there is no way that I am going to start beating people over the head with, you know, okay, you're on salary, you have to be here this many hours. No. People that are building their businesses through Crystal Lotus Shoppe, it's their business. They can do what they want with it. The only time I get annoyed with it is if it's something that deals with my shop and the income of my shop.
If it interferes directly with Crystal Lotus.
Yeah. Otherwise, everybody's on their own. I'm here for support. I do what I can. But
very motherly.
Oh, stop.
Well, it is, and I mean that's goes back to corporate versus small business and getting to do things the way you want to do.
Yeah, it's more of a family atmosphere than it is cold
nurturing.
and sterile.
It's nurturing, and it's but what you get, and this is one thing that I've always heard is you get what you give. And so what you give to, the people within your shop is very nurturing, and everyone in the shop also collectively as a whole gives back to the community that same nurturing feeling.
And people feel it the minute they walk in the door.
Right. And so like, for example, back to the hand sanitizer and the sign-in sheet for COVID purposes. You don't know how many people, as soon as they do this, wow, that is such a great idea. No other business has ever asked me to do this during a pandemic. This is so critical. This is so important. I'm so excited. And that's one of those, right. And that's one of those things is, we care about the health and well-being of our customers. We want to nurture, we want to see everyone flourish and grow, versus that more sterile corporate environment. They're just like, get in, get out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Walter attitude.
Right.
Right? Welcome to
Walmart.
Get out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love Jeff Dunham.
I do too.
Walter's my idol. But anyway, when we try to make people understand what we do here, a lot of times I've found that the less I say, the more they understand.
Yes, it's an experience.
Yeah.
The Crystal Lotus Shoppe is an experience.
A little tour, and they come back and they stand in the middle of the main store, and they'll just kind of look around for a minute, and 90% of them either head back to the meditation room or they head to the library.
Yep.
Because it gives them a minute to digest everything that they're feeling, everything that they're seeing, everything that's available for the senses. Because we always have incense, we always have kind of a sagey smell in here because we keep it saged. And I also know that there's a lot of people that have never heard of doing that before.
Yep.
But with a pandemic, I'm going to sage regularly because that gets rid of the negativity. It kills bacterias and spores and things like that. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Well, when we talk about in previous episodes, we've talked about grounding and the benefits from grounding yourself, and how to use the five senses to help with grounding. The Crystal Lotus Shoppe experience essentially does that. You've got the sight, everything's really beautiful and peaceful, and there's different things to look at, different things to focus on, and every room is an atmosphere itself. You've got the smell, whether it be the incense of the day or the sage or the essential oils. You got taste, which is the tea of the day, the different flavors. You can grab a cup of tea, water, coffee. We do have the coffee pot in the conference room.
Not anymore.
No? Oh yeah, we took that. Sorry, guys. We have tea.
So I took the one in the conference room.
We have tea.
We have coffee too. It's just made in the kitchen instead of the conference room.
We have music. There's always some sort of music playing, whether it be so soft meditation or 70s light rock or Stevie Nicks, what have you.
Light rock.
And then the feel is just the energy, the overall energy that we keep and try to uphold within the shop. So, it is a grounding experience itself to step foot through the doors.
For people who are just coming in like this, I have watched them, they've not even got off the carpet by the front door. And they all of a sudden just stop and they look around and they take a deep breath, and you can just see the tension move out of them. Yeah, and I'm your root tea. Okay. That tea, I'm going to start buying a couple of boxes a week from you, because I want to be able to offer that tea to customers like that and let them go sit in the library and drink that, or sit in the meditation room and drink that. And I honestly believe that the grounding of that tea will actually help them focus on, oh yeah, now I remember my name is this, instead of 10 o'clock appointment, or 12:30 appointment, or bus schedule. I missed the last one. You know, people get so busy with their lives, they don't even remember what they're doing, let alone how they're going to do it.
Right.
So we try to give them that opportunity to just breathe for a few minutes.
Yep.
Rediscover themselves, who they are. And then it's just, you know, people lose the child in them. Our society right now is just running at Mach 1 all the time. That is the one good thing about COVID.
It's forced people to slow down.
It forced people to slow down a little bit. And I'll tell you, the awakening that's going on right now, COVID really pushed that into action, because people had time to sit there and think.
Yep.
You know, is this really the path I want to be on for the rest of my life? If you're a 19-year-old who just got out of high school and you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, that's a whole long life ahead of you that you need to decide, do you want to be running like this all your life? Or would you rather have something that's going to at least give you time to remember that you used to like looking up at the stars at night?
Oh, did you see the moon last night?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the beautiful little golden sliver.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect.
It's that Cheshire Cat smile.
Yes, it was gorgeous. I had caught a glimpse of it. It was just...
It didn't last long up by me because, you know, the clouds were moving in already. We had a nice little snow up on the mountain last night.
Yeah, the snow's gone.
Yeah, it was. When I got up this morning, it was just a white sheet across the yard, the road going down the hill.
Yeah.
And an hour and a half later, 2 hours later, when I got ready to leave, the road was completely clear. And because our hill is on the sunny side, it was probably 80% melted off already. So.
Yeah. It's still nice to wake up to.
It is.
Well, I think we are getting close to our time. So I thank you for going into a little bit more detail about the Crystal Lotus Shoppe and the experience within the shop and some of the things that you sell. Because I know we've talked about services before, but not necessarily merchandise. So for all of you viewers right now, if you have not had a Crystal Lotus Shoppe experience, you live in the Kanawha Valley, actually, you know, we have people come from Parkersburg and up north. We have people come from all over the state to the shop. So if you live anywhere near West Virginia, oh no, we're popular in Kentucky and Ohio too. We've got new people coming from there. So we're a destination. We're not just a store.
The farthest ones out that we've had come in, we've had people from Florida, had people from Arkansas, Texas, New York, Michigan.
Yep. Virginia.
Virginia.
We've had people come from all over. So we are a destination, and we are an experience, and we invite you to come check us out and experience it for yourselves. So we do appreciate you listening in or watching today. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Spotify to stay up to date on these podcasts as they launch. You can find us on Facebook at Crystal Lotus Shoppe, SHOPPE, and on Instagram at CLSWV. And we have a website, www.clswv.com. And Shauna, do you want to tell everyone where we can find the Crystal Lotus Shoppe?
Crystal Lotus Shoppe is located at 89 Old Main Plaza. That's Old, OLDE, Main Plaza. And we are in St. Albans, West Virginia, 25177 if you're using GPS. That's Kanawha County. And when you turn down Old Main, you can find us very easily because we're the only ones on the street that have a purple awning.
Big purple awning. Like,
big
bam. And we're soon going to have all kinds of lights and stuff as well. So we're in the process of giving it the visual outside appearance as it is on the inside. So.
Yeah, we're going to give it a spirit uplift.
That's right. All right, everyone. We thank you for watching and listening today, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Guys, have a great day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Muses of the Crystal Lotus. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for professional care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as medical advice to treat any medical condition in either yourself or others. Consult your physician for any medical issues that you may be having. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the podcast. Under no circumstances shall the Crystal Lotus Shoppe, any guests or contributors to the podcast, be responsible for damages arising from use of this podcast. Until next time, healthy blessings.